What's uppy? It's me, Chile. Today we're going to be doing something pretty easy, but a lot of people are usually really intimidated if they've never done it before. It's just homemade tortillas de harina, flour tortillas. All you really need are like 4 ingredients. So I have my flour here. It's 1.5 cups because we're kind of going to be putting more later. So I have some on the side just in a pile so I can use easily. We're also going to need some baking powder and shortening. Mine is a vegetable based shortening, although they are like animal based ones. I don't know how those work, but vegan stuff here today. And then salt. Those are the only ingredients you're gonna need. So to get started, like I said, I have my flour here. We want to mix all the dry ingredients first, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some salt. It's kind of just a flavor, so I'm eyeballing it. If you want more than just enough for like one day, I would double the recipe, maybe even triple. This only makes about 8 tortillas. I tried it the other day just to make sure I was doing it right. Next you want to put the baking powder. It's gonna be a little under a full teaspoon, so I'm again kind of just eyeballing it with my measure that I'm not even paying attention to. And you can go ahead and stir all that in real quick, just kind of sift it together. And the next thing you're going to want to add is the shortening. We'll put a 1/4 cup of it in. Okay, and this is where it gets messy. You are going to mix it in with your hands. Everything. I like to just use one hand until it gets like really tired, so I don't get as dirty. And my bunnies are making a lot of noise. I don't know if you can hear them. Maybe I'll show you them at the end of the video. They're kind of cute. They just hate me. So you just want to mix everything in until like all of the shortening has kind of like blended with the flour really well. And you'll kind of know when you're done because it turns into like a normal powder again instead of having these huge chunks in it. And we still need to put some warm water in there. Okay, so it's all mixed up. So it's kind of just like rains back in there. So I'm gonna go get my warm water. You should get about a 1/2 cup. Okay, here's my 1/2 cup of warm water, and you just kind of want to pour it in. I like to do it a little at a time, just so it doesn't all kind of go everywhere. And your hands are gonna get stuck to the dough really fast. So that's again why I use one hand. I just don't like being dirty, because then what if I need to get something? My other hand, both my hands are gonna be like bleh. Not gonna lie, this stuff's pretty relaxing to do and even to watch. And this is where you want to knead your dough together for like the next 5 minutes, just to make sure everything is nice and round, I guess. All the flour needs to be mixed in really good so it's in one big chunk. And this is where we go super speed, so you can watch how I do my little kneading methods and best practices. If you're kneading it and you realize like this stuff is super dry, you could add like a teeny bit of water to help it stay together better. But then if it gets to the point where it's too sticky and it's just like straight up sticking to your hand even though you've already mixed everything together, then you need to add a little bit more flour. Mine's coming out pretty good texture and consistency right now, so I don't think I need to add anything. But I'm gonna keep massaging it until I can get it all nice into a little ball. We're back in super speed mode. If you have not tried this yet, try this recipe. It's a really great stress relief, just pounding this little piece of dough and mushing it and rolling it and ugh. Alright, so I have it all mixed together and I got it into a ball as best I could. You're literally just going to leave it sitting in the middle of your little bowl for like 15-20 minutes. But I usually get, if you have a rag, that works a lot better, but get it wet and just drape it over the bowl. I'm just going to be using paper towel today, because I don't really have any little rags. Wet paper towel. Be back in 15. And we're back. It's been 15 minutes. You can go ahead and take your little wet towel off. So I have my little piece here, and what you're going to want to do is go ahead and split it up into little pieces of dough. I usually do about the size of, I don't know, like a little bigger than a golf ball. And then I just ball it up, and then you can press down on it to make this flat little, it's like too bright, you can't really see. But if you're working with someone else and they can help you, you could have them do that part while you like take those and start rolling them out. But since I'm working by myself, I'm gonna go ahead and just do all of them real quick. And if you want smaller ones, do smaller ones. If you want bigger ones, do bigger ones. I have my little electric skillet warming up right here. But if you're doing it like on a stovetop, you could go get that heated up right now as well. Super speed! I was only able to make 8, but I think one of them's gonna come out kind of big. I mean 7, not 8. Okay, so I put down a piece of parchment paper because I didn't trust the cleanliness of my table. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put some flour on the base and take a rolling pin, and I kind of flour that up as well, and just get one of your little bola, I don't know what they're called, your little tortilla lumps. Just put it in front of you and start rolling. I like to flip mine around a lot. I kind of put a lot of flour. I like to flip mine around a lot to I don't know, help even the spread of the thickness. And if it gets stuck to your rolling pin a little, it's okay. But that's why we flour it up. Okay, and you want to get it as thin as you can, but to where it still stays without falling apart, basically. I have zero idea of how to like tell you this measurement, but just because it's not paper thin, you don't want it that thin. I don't know, bro, like the thickness of like a binder, one end of the little binder, like the flippy flappy, something like that, maybe a little thinner. But once you have it, you can go ahead and put on the heat and just watch it. If you don't trust yourself not to burn it because you're busy rolling other ones, I'll just usually like hang it over the side of my bowl and just put them all around, and then after I'm done rolling everything, you can start heating. So it's really up to you, and like I said, if you have someone helping you, that helps a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and just throw it on. Don't let me forget about it. And then you just cook it like a normal tortilla, like heat it on both sides. Once you see like the little spots that pop up that start to brown, that's when you want to flip it. If it bubbles, you can either pop the bubble or keep it, whichever. Just keep an eye on it. Okay, so this part's kind of embarrassing because I probably spent like 10 minutes rolling out all the dough, and my heat wasn't high enough on the skillet, so it really wasn't cooking. It was like barely warming it up. So that's what I'm talking about when I say there's little bubbles, but sometimes they get like huge, so those are the ones I like to pop. This one's almost done. That one I just barely put. So if you have the magic hands that don't burn when you flip tortillas, you can just do it by hand. If you're not quite there yet, just use little tongs or spatula or something to flip them over. But this is pretty much the color you want. Unless you like them burnt, then cook them longer. But you just want to do this on both sides. It'll just be like a couple minutes as long as your heat is high enough. Right, well I got my last 3 tortillas cooking right here. But you can use these tortillas with anything. Like you could make some breakfast tacos, or that salsa that I showed you how to make already. Put that with some like fajitas or veggie fajitas, vegan fajitas, whatever you want. And if you want to do it like the super unhealthy Tejano way, just put some butter in your tortilla, roll it up, and Thanks again for coming this week. I'll see you next time. Don't forget about the giveaway. This week I'm going to be giving away like a little food planner calendar. So let me know in the comments if you want it. Bye.